Crypto noobs. I'm blown away by how many absolutely stupid social media influencers are out there talking about Trump tariffs destroying the world, destroying the economy. People, out picketing, or not picketing, but demonstrating in the streets because the tariffs are going to ruin the country. And it's like, what's the matter with you people? These countries have been taking advantage of the United States for 70 years, since World War II, screwing us, stealing our money. All of our industries left the country. We're a service country. Thomas Paine wrote that, countries could not survive a service country. You have to produce goods. You have to manufacture. And when people bitch about these tariffs, tariffs are not inflationary. You guys that think they're inflationary, you need to grow a brain and learn about some economics. If tariffs were inflationary, then every country in the world would have nothing. They'd be inflated away. Every country in the world has tariffs on the United States. Doesn't seem to affect their economies at all, right? Because everything's based on printing dollars. The thing that causes inflation, the one thing that causes inflation is dollar printing, okay? Right now, the rate of inflation is about 1.3%, which means that the Fed can start printing money. And I would imagine that they're probably going to start printing money in June. They're going to do quantitative easing. They're going to start printing money. Overnight lending, the banks are going to love it. They're going to start loaning money to people to start businesses and to increase their businesses and to hire people and blah, blah, blah. And the economy is going to storm forward. So as of today, 50 countries have come forward to the United States, to Trump, over the weekend that you didn't hear about on the news, to say, you know what, we want to come to the bargaining table with you on tariffs. Why didn't they put that in the news? Because people aren't willing to go out on the internet and actually look and see what is going on. They listen to one news station, they go, oh my God, the world's coming to an end. Humpty Dumpty fell off the wall. It's so obvious to me how great these tariffs are going to be for this country and for Bitcoin. Bitcoin held up really well. It started to decouple from the markets. It dumped down to about 78,000 this afternoon, which I kind of expected that it would, because there's a lot of fear and there are a lot of retail investors who, like I said, who don't understand Bitcoin. They don't understand the market economy, the world economy. They don't know how the Fed does anything. They don't know what treasury bonds are for. They don't know any of this stuff. So they listen to Jim Cramer on CNBC or MSNBC, and they're like, oh my God, they panic. You know who's not panicking? The whales and the institutions. You're going to find out this week, at the end of the week, that while the retail investors like you and me, not me because I haven't sold any Bitcoin, but the retail investors who get scared, the $1,000 net worthers, they're selling their Bitcoin, panicking, and they're going to be like, I'm going to get back in when it gets to 50,000. It's not going to 50,000. Worst case, Bitcoin drops to the low 70s, and then it's on its way up. I still think Bitcoin will be 200 to 300,000 by the end of the year, because when quantitative easing starts, and the money printer turns back on, we have plenty of room to go before we start looking at inflation in the economy. When the larger nations start bargaining with Trump, start coming to the bargaining table, and the news gets wind of it, and they say, oh my God, China's talking to the United States. These countries are talking, Russia's talking to the United States. The stock market's going to go crazy, slightly overvalued. Bitcoin's going to go crazy. Gold's going to continue to move up. You guys, you got to stop panicking about garbage. The tariffs they favor the United States. All these morons that are out there are on Facebook and Twitter saying, look at Trump, he's destroying the country, tariffs. We're just giving back what they've been giving us for 70 years. I mean, it's so obvious to me that it's time to pay the piper, right? We hold, as Trump says, we hold all the cards. We are the largest buyer of foreign products in the world. In fact, we have the largest economy in the world, a giant economy. Without us, these little shitty countries, they have no one to sell to. China doesn't buy their own stuff. They sell everything to the United States. So I think Xi Jinping, he's screwed up, and he's going to have to come to the bargaining table because his economy is going to stop. It's just going to happen. Apple is going to bring $500 billion of business back to the United States. Automotive companies are starting to talk about it. Pharmaceuticals are going to move back to the United States. We are going to have an absolutely crazy booming nation here in the next year and a half. It's going to be insane, and I'm excited about it. I'm not selling my Bitcoin. In fact, I just went to Ledden.io and I put some more. I used more Bitcoin as collateral and bought more Bitcoin at 78,700. It's like stealing candy from a baby, right? It's going to be insane. And like Michael Saylor said, if Bitcoin doesn't go to zero, it's going to 1 million. And if it's going to 1 million, it's going to 200,000 by the end of this year. So if you don't own Bitcoin, you better buy some. If you have cash sitting in your bank account losing money every year, you need to buy some MicroStrategy. You need to buy Solana. You need to buy Bitcoin. You need to buy Nvidia. You need to buy Tesla. Tesla's $220 a share right now. It'll be $2,000 a share in 4 years. They got Tesla cars. They've got artificial intelligence. They've got, what else? Robotics. They've got batteries they're working on. They've got so many things going on right now. It's not even fair. They are going to be the most valuable company in the world for years to come. So I wouldn't, if I had money, extra money, I'd be buying Tesla. As a matter of fact, the loan that I took out today against my Bitcoin, I'm actually going to convert to USD. I'm going to put it into my bank account, send that money to E-Trade, and I'm going to be picking up Nvidia and Tesla and MicroStrategy cheap this week. And then when I'm going to watch it run, and all these wimps who are like, oh, you're going to lose all your money, you got to sell your Bitcoin. Grow a freaking brain. That's why your wives don't like you, because you have no backbone. It's probably not the only reason. Anyway, I'm home. I think I've said enough. I almost ran my dog over. Do not sell your Bitcoin. Get out there in the market and start buying right now. Don't wait. Do not wait and go, I'm going to wait another week in case something crashes. What if it doesn't? Then you're going to lose money. Use your brain. Buy some Bitcoin. Buy some stock. You guys want to ride?
Yeah!
What's up, handsome man?
Hi, Dad. Where I go?
Hi, what were you guys doing? Connor, I'm digging those sports glasses you got on there. If your mom sees you doing this, she's going to stick her foot in my ass. You guys don't ever ride on a truck.
We know.
It's dangerous, but I'm almost home, so it's okay. Anyway, Crypto Noobs, say bye, guys.
Bye.
Keep stacking.